is to go over, is to rise above, is to be elevated above what is coming against you. To overcome also means to succeed against the competition. It implies that there will be a competition, or there will be people challenging what you have to offer. To overcome deals with challenges and with winning. To overcome is to break through a resistance, something that wants to stop you from making an advance. When you overcome it, you break that resistance, and I trust God will cause you to overcome. Now, in the passage, and normally when I'm teaching, I stay with the text and try to work with the text as much as possible. In the passage, we are told what is coming against us. Because in verse 2, it says, by this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Christ has come in the flesh is of God. And every spirit that does not confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist. It is within that context that the Bible says we have overcome. So there is something coming against the church. There is something coming against the believer, and it is called the spirit of the Antichrist. The spirit of the Antichrist. A very interesting concept. The Antichrist, and I suppose that some of you have heard about the Antichrist. The Antichrist is a personality or an entity who would be revealed sometime in the history of the human race. In our future, this personality will be revealed, and he will be everything that is opposite of Christ, but in a sense also look like Christ, but be opposite him. He would look like Christ in the sense that he would have power to also do miracles and signs and wonders, but the source of that power would be everything that is against God. It would be the devil himself. Just like Jesus was God come in the flesh, the Antichrist will be the devil in the flesh, fully manifested. And somewhere in the history of the human race, this personality will emerge. That's going to happen somewhere in the future. He's not yet manifested, although sometimes you look at some people and they look like the Antichrist. But we have to be patient with them. He's not come yet. Now, in the passage, it talks about the spirit of the Antichrist. So although the Antichrist has not manifested physically, the spirit by which he will operate is already in operation. And how are we going to know the spirit of the Antichrist? The passage tells us that every spirit that does not confess that Christ has come in the flesh is the spirit of the Antichrist. Now, what does that mean? It means that the Antichrist is against the manifestation of Christ in the natural world. The Antichrist is against the manifestation of Christ in the physical world. The Antichrist is not really bothered about the presence of Christ in the spirit, so far as he remains in the spirit. But anytime Christ is going to manifest physically, there is going to come a resistance of the Antichrist. What does that mean? It means that the Antichrist opposes those who have the spirit of Christ in them, manifesting Christ